and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that a doctor is coming for 1 month. If the doctor chooses to stay here, we gets the factory.
What did the factory make?
They make jobs. Who wants to work again? Now we have to make...
Today is Canadian National Film Day. Across the country, different events taking place, encouraging people to watch more Canadian movies and to celebrate homegrown talent. Well, this country has a booming film industry. One of its enduring problems is that you don't really see that reflected at the box office. CBC's Yelena Adzik is in the middle of all the Film Day action downstairs, about 4 floors, in fact, where one of the free screenings is taking place. So tell us what's on tap for people who want to enjoy that tonight.
Yeah, so tonight, Diana, it's going to be The Grand Seduction, the screening, and we are very fortunate because we happen to have, just standing right by, hello, Don McKellar, of course, the director of that movie. How are you feeling about this?
I'm very excited. It's National Canadian Film Day. I'm here in the atrium of the CBC building, which is just waiting for the people to come.
Now, we were kind of joking a little bit earlier about it being National Canadian Film Day, feeling a bit redundant, national and Canadian.
Except...
What?
Countries all around the world have Canadian Film Day, of course, and we have to distinguish it by making it National Canadian Film Day.
I love it.
As opposed to the Japanese Canadian
Film Day. Very, very important, yes. All right, so tonight, you've got your movie. You've got your movie, and we've got a great setting right here for people to come and sit down, and it's happening right across the country. So can you tell us a little bit more about this day and really what people can expect from it?
Well, they can expect movies, high-quality Canadian movies. 400 events across the land, in high schools and libraries and community centers and movie theaters, particularly movie theaters probably.
It's a good place.
Yeah, and they're all showing Canadian films, which is great. And it's a great way to see Canadian films, to celebrate the culture, so on.
You are certainly one of our top darlings of the Canadian Film Festival. I don't know if you know this. You must know this. Yeah, Don McKellar, you are. And tonight when you screen The Grand Seduction, and you've screened it so many times before, it's had such critical success, your movie stands out because it actually made quite a bit of money at the box office. So,
yes.
So can you tell me, first of all, what's your secret for other Canadian directors, and maybe just what that means to you to actually make a lot of money at the box office?
Well, you know, the film made money, and it's not necessarily I made a lot of money. No, I mean, of course I was very, very excited that Canadians saw the film because it's a Canadian film, and it was a film I really made that I hoped Canadians were going to embrace because it's a very Canadian story set in Newfoundland, and they did, you know, and Newfoundland in particular embraced it, which was great. And I don't know what the secret is. I mean, I think the secret is it's a Canadian story. It's unashamedly a Canadian story. It's not pretending to be from anywhere else. And it's entertaining, I think.
It's got French-Canadian roots as far as the story goes, so
right.
It obviously is very relatable if you can then take that, set it in Newfoundland, and make it sing for everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was originally a Quebecois film set in Quebec and in French, of course, and we moved it to Newfoundland and completely, you know, went with the Newfoundland culture, which, as you know, is very distinct, and made it very local and very particular to Newfoundland, and then it immediately translated. And yeah, it's a universal theme. The story's something people can identify with. And
so it's the age-old question, right, of competing with Hollywood blockbusters.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, and when you think of the onslaught, the marketing dollars that they have, right? Because we can't go see a movie if we don't know that the movie's out there, right?
It's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is your sentiment right now on that tension between, you know, putting our Canadian movies and stories out there versus trying to face this onslaught of Hollywood?
Well, I mean, it's a problem everywhere in the world, for one thing. Every country feels that, including America, you know, because even independent filmmakers in America feel my films are never shown, you know, because it's just superhero movies. And Hollywood movies are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and to me they're almost becoming another genre. They're becoming a spectacle, you know, and it's harder and harder to see foreign films, and it's harder to see national films, like Canadian films. And I mean, my advice is always just to embrace the Canadianness, because I do really truly believe that Canadians want to see their country represented, see their stories. I've seen, you know, the delight and the satisfaction and the surprise people get when they see that. So I think that that is really the strongest marketing tool, you know, not to try and compete with superhero films, although, you know, you're welcome to try.
Yeah.
and instead find stories that people can genuinely relate to and are excited by, and I think it's possible.
A lot of people talk about the controversy of brain drain and the idea that when our directors get successful, they go down to the States and they do some work there. I also see there's another side to it, that success breeds more success, and a lot of our Canadian directors are very proud, and they come back and often pay it forward. You have been fiercely, staunch about continuing to stay here and make our stories.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, I think I did it, in particular because not purely just out of patriotism, although I think I am patriotic, but also just sort of for ambitious reasons, because I thought this is a bigger challenge, to make Canadian films that Canadians want to go to is more unique. You can go to the States and make movies, and I don't fault people for doing that, but if you can make a Canadian film that people want to see, and that is a very exciting and thrilling thing. And I will say that my American friends and Canadian expats who have gone to Hollywood are always jealous, in my experience, of people who can make movies here, because I make movies here also because I want to live here, and these are my people, and that's sort of if you're not worried about money, which you're going to get in America,
who cares about money?
Then it's a pretty big satisfaction.
Yeah, money's so overrated anyway.
Yeah.
Don McKellar, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have fun tonight with the Grand Seduction. That's National Canadian Film Day. Watch a Canadian movie. It's really good for you, and it'll be very fun to do too.
Yeah.
I quite agree, but I'm going to tweet out money is overrated. Just see if anybody retweets. Anyone.
Well,
there's one, right? Yelena, you'll do it?
We're still on. We're just saying goodbye. Diana Swain saying she's going to tweet out that money isn't everything.
No.
It's
Let's
just
see if
not.
I do it. Thanks, guys.
See you soon.